I'll trust everyone clap because I heard nothing.
As soon as you said clap, I clapped.
This is what happens when you want to record on Discord.
Fucking
bros.
Discord,
John.
man.
Fucking.
Yeah, John. All right. All right, we'll do 30 seconds of silence starting now.
Yamate Senpai.
I said silence. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Anime Club After Dark, the podcast that delves into all things anime, manga, and otaku culture related. I'm your host, Alex, but you can call me Senpai, and joining me tonight, we have our manga whore who finally has a fucking nickname, Chinoda.
Every new episode, one nickname. Let's go. 100 nicknames, Morty. We'll fucking do this.
Anyone want to take bets on how long that'll last?
57 seasons.
Okay. And a movie?
2 movies.
Our czar of source material, John.
Hi.
It's too early for this, isn't
I'm
it?
very tired.
And our poser extraordinaire, Natai.
Guess who's back? Back again.
All right,
nerds.
well, yeah, I know, right?
I
But
created
you
a
love
monster.
us, though.
No, but I just remember there's
All
like
right.
2 trailer park girls. No, 2 girls right outside. I don't remember. There's the other song that's like so stupid.
2 trailer park girls go round the outside.
Yeah, round the outside. round the outside.
My
Slim
milkshake brings
Shady.
all the boys to the yard. They're like, it's
Oh,
better than
right,
yours.
we have
I
made a
hate it.
monster.
I hate everything.
We have made a monster.
Karaoke night 2 when.
Yeah, right. So, as much as we like to fool around and have fun on this podcast, we're going to talk about some stuff that's kind of serious tonight. We're going to talk about anime and manga that made us cry and hit us in the feels. Let's go. Get your tissues
Real
ready,
weebs
everybody.
cry to anime girls.
Yes. Oh, weebs only cry to anime girls. What are you talking about?
3D women, what is that?
So, if you couldn't tell,
Jesus.
spoilers abound ahead.
Yeah.
To
Like
everything.
major spoilers.
So, due to the nature of what we're going to be talking about, because we will be talking about moments that involve character deaths and things of that nature. Yeah, spoilers abound by very nature of the things that we're going to be talking about. To that end, we will make every effort to, number one, not just dive straight into the spoilery thing that we're going to be talking about, but mention up front the anime, manga, light novel, whatever it is we happen to be talking about. And if you're watching on YouTube, there should be chapter titles that show you where we talk about certain things. And if you're listening on SoundCloud or Spotify, look in the description below, and there should be timestamps for the stuff that we do talk about if you are concerned about spoilers.
So,
But,
I want to throw a curveball your guys' way. What was the first anime that made you cry?
that's a great question.
You think I remember further back
Yes,
than
of
2
course
weeks?
you should. I remember mine. I remember
was-
my anime crime virginity being broken.
Mine was Clannad.
What was it?
It was Your Lie in April. I remember like it was right when I got back into anime. I watched Death Note, Code Geass, Attack on Titan, and I think something else. And then I was like, so I'm looking for something like different, like whatever, like it was back in the Asian Anime Club Facebook group. I was like, recommend me something that like you absolutely love. And one of the recommendation was Your Lie in April. I'm like, sure, let's just give it a watch, completely blind. And at first I was like, I'm not sure if I'm feeling this show. You bet by the end of it, it was a wreck. It destroyed me.
I'm like John. My first might be Clannad.
Clannad was so good. Holy shit.
I'm trying to think if there was an anime I watched before that actually made me cry or have like these deep feels, and I can't think of anything older than Clannad that I would have watched back in the day that would have made me cry, because I know the first time I watched Clannad I definitely did.
Clannad is a very slow burn though. Like it's very. It takes so much time to sort of get a feel for that show, right? It's like it very not meanders, but just like it's just a very chill like slice of life show until it gets like 7
Until it's not very much not a chill slice of life.
I mean, it's not Clannad specifically. It's a after story.
Yeah,
That's sad.
Okay, fair enough. But I mean, there are some sad parts in the first season as well.
Yeah, but like what made me cry like a little bitch was after story. It wasn't
Oh,
Clannad.
definitely. After story is just like a truck to the face.
Do you want to talk about the specific
Yeah,
part
let's
in
do
After
it.
Story that might have made you cry?
I mean, all right. So spoilers for Clannad after story, or if you watch the Clannad movie, and if anyone here hasn't watched it, this is your time to take off your headphones right now.
Oh, that's me.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Bye, Tsunoda.
All right, is he gone? Can the adults talk about the animus?
Yeah, the adults can talk
All right.
about
Let's
the sad
talk about
bits.
it.
All right, so when Nagisa fucking dies, right? The main love interest that you've been built up for this season and a half, that you've grown to love and care about because she's helped the main character guy become a better person. When she fucking dies, bro, my heart fucking broke. Because I was like, she's so small and cute, you know, when you first meet her.
She's so precious.
She's so precious. And
Must protect.
yeah, exactly, always must protect. And it just breaks my damn heart because on rewatches, like when there's that scene where Nagisa's like, we'll always be together, right? And then I'm just like, yes, Nagisa, we'll always be together.
You know what wrecked me even more though while watching After Story is the scene when both he and his daughter are in the field and they're looking for that goddamn toy. And Ushio, right? That's his daughter's name.
Yeah,
and
Ushio is the.
And he's like trying to comfort her. It's like, oh, like it's okay, we can buy a new toy. And then she's like, it's Dad's first toy he ever gave to me, and I'm like, oh no, it ruined me. That moment just destroyed me. So rough.
I feel like it's been a long time since I watched Clannad and After
You
Story.
want to do it?
I feel like I'm due for a rewatch. I really do.
It's
I mean,
so rough.
so when I first watched it,
there's
'cause
one more scene
when
in After Story though.
Oh, go ahead.
When Ushio fucking dies.
Yeah, that's.
So I just wanted to like, because I wasn't gonna mention this because that didn't make me cry as hard as Nagisa dying, but
No, in the
Lacey.
snow. Oh.
So my girlfriend mentioned it. She was like, "Oh, when Ushio dies," I was like, "I didn't actually cry when Ushio died because I was already an empty husk of a person once my wife Nagisa died. Right? I was like, I'm already dead on the inside. You can't kill me any further. Like at least you can be with her mom now." So yeah, and it's like the same disease as Nagisa, and yeah, in the snowfield when she
It's
has
so
fever.
rough.
It's
But-
it's super rough, dude.
But you know what even like managed to make me cry more than that is the fucking ending song they use for the end of the show when it's like this montage of all the characters being grown up and Ushio and Nagisa like are actually alive and like you see the three of them going to like the field together. Man, like I remember I watch that every now and then on YouTube. It makes me choke up so hard, you know. 'Cause it's,
Tango.
stop.
Tango.
Don't- that fucking song, it's like it's so devious. It's like oh, it's such a cute ED, it's such a cute song. Oh, now we're gonna twist your heart.
No, you
Yeah.
will cry when you listen to it every time now. Yeah, I feel like I'm due for a rewatch of Clannad, and maybe we might do a spoiler cast on it at some point. Who knows?
that whole like back half of After Story is so draining. It's so like just
It
keeps
is.
going
Emotionally,
and going
it
and
wreck-
going. It wrecks you.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
Clannad, obviously Visual Key, the people who created Clannad, they're a studio that's like they always make sad shit, right? Like before,
You know what you're getting into with them, yeah.
before Clannad, there was Air, there was Canon, also very sad stories. Didn't make me cry, but like the suffering that you go through, because obviously you're supposed to when you follow the main character Okazaki, it's kind of like a self-insert you into the story, right?
Mm.
He's not actually a self-insert, but he's a little bit of a self-insert. I'd say that
In the
He's
beginning,
not far off.
because he's pretty plain Jane like person self-insert yourself into the situation, and that's like kind of why you feel more attached to the characters. But watching him suffer throughout his entire life, then being like, I guess, saved by Nagisa, and then losing her, and then like finding himself again, and then trying to take care of his daughter that he abandons just to lose his daughter again, bro.
And then he still chooses to do it all over again if need be. Like, he doesn't give up on that choice when he's given it, you know?
It just fucks you up, man.
This fucking show.
Yeah.
We're off to a great start.
Shall we?
Oh, man.
Yeah, we're off to a great start. Shall we bring the big one back?
Yeah, let's
I'm back.
Welcome back.
He's back.
He's back.
You missed some crying.
Oh boy. By the way,
No,
I
not
was
actually.
just looking at history to figure out Natai's question, and like spring 2006 is fucking stacked. Orin, Black Lagoon, Disappearance of Haruhi.
How did you get to 2006 though?
Air Gear. I was just looking at old anime. I was trying to remember like if any of them like made me cry. I was looking. I'm like, holy shit, this season was stacked.
Which season?
Spring
2006.
Damn.
I'm looking at it right. Damn, this was stacked. Holy shit.
Seriously.
2006 and 2007 were like awesome years. You know what else came out in 2007 though?
Do tell.
Gurren Lagann.
That's true. Gurren Lagann did come out in 2007. God, we were fighting the power back then.
You want to talk about it?
I mean, John, I would love to talk about Gurren Lagann with John.
All right, so has everyone here seen Gurren Lagann? Gurren
Yes.
Lagann?
Yes.
I hope so.
Okay.
I really hope
All right,
so.
so the moment that made me cry in Gurren Lagann was when Nia fucking dies.
Everyone
I'm starting to
fucking
sense a
dies.
pattern here with John.
Everyone fucking dies. So, all right, so you got to understand, when Simone finally, like, when we go through the journey, he already lost Kamina, right? Like, I hated the show when Kamina died. I couldn't fucking stand. I was like, I can't believe you killed the coolest fucking guy here.
Were you actually like legitimately angry when Kamina died?
Yes, I hate
I was
that shit.
too.
I hate because this is, you gotta understand, this is when I was like brand new into anime, so I hadn't had a refined palate yet. So I was upset.
I didn't know
that
the
coolest
good
guy.
shit.
Well, it's because you don't care about why he dies. You only care that he did die.
True.
And I didn't care about how good the story could have been, so that's why I dropped it, right? And that's why it took me 3 times to watch Gurren Lagann to actually like it. Because on my second watch through, I actually finished all of it, and I hated Gurren Lagann because Nia fucking died and Simone loses everything. Like, Simon, Simon the driller, already lost his brother. He already was betrayed by the fucking world, even though he saved it like twice. And then they fucking like betray him. And then he comes back and saves them all again when they fucked up. And I'm like, I would have just let the world burn at this point. Like, fuck them, dude.
But he's such a good boy.
But he's such a good guy. And then he meets his wife, Nia. And then they finally get married and everything's finally cool. And then she fucking dies. She like disappears because she's a spiral and she can't maintain her body. And I'm just like, I was just so fucking empty. I was like, he did all of this out of the bottom of his heart, out of the love for Nia, just for her to fucking die on their wedding day. And I'm just like,
dude,
I
it's so powerful how he's like sort of like he accepts it, you know? Like,
Yeah,
what a
because-
what a fucking guy.
yeah, what a fucking Giga Chad. Like, Simon is actually a Giga Chad. He becomes the man that Kamina always knew he would become, right? He went to meet his full potential as like the main character. And that's why Gurren Lagann is so good with the writing. And that's why on my third watch through, I could appreciate the ending and I can appreciate all the things, because it all happened for a reason. And it all fits in perfectly. But that doesn't mean, on the second, I was just so sad because he did everything right, man. He never, ever betrayed anyone's expectations. Even when the world was against him, he still fought for them. And for him to have nothing at the end to show for it, they take away his fucking mecha because they send it. He wanted the new generation to be able to protect the planet. He gave up everything for them, and he gets nothing in return. That's so fucked up.
I feel like Gurren Lagann is an anime that definitely deserves more than one watch, because like I'm like John. The very first time I watched it, I fucking was angry. Like, bitch, you killed the best character halfway through. What the fuck?
I still haven't.
And then
Okay, sorry.
oh, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
just say I haven't rewatched it fully, but like I loved it from beginning to end, and that was a few years ago. It's been a while, but 2 months ago, me and my buddies were just watching it and showing another friend who never watched it. We were showing him the first episode, and man, that moment when like for the first time, Kamina and Simone like use the drill and like just like scream together and like with like all this force just like go through the earth and up to the sky. It's such a that made me emotional as fuck seeing them together again, you know? Like seeing like that dynamic again. I'm like, oh, my boys.
That sound like oh.
It's not what you think.
You know, it's funny. I think for me, the end of it when Mia fucking dies and he has nothing in the end. To me, it seems like at the end he was just happy where he was and the fact that they made it. So I never perceived it as the world betraying him. Moreover, he's retired and he's living in melancholic peace.
No, prior to the wedding and Nia fucking dying was when the new town and everything betrayed him.
Yeah, that was before.
And he still like got in the Mecca and still saved the world.
He still got
yeah,
Shinji.
that's right.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's why
Shinji,
I'm just
man.
like, right before the wedding and all that stuff, and I'm just like, first of all, you shouldn't be here. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. Why are you at the wedding? You're a bitch. Fuck you. Like, I was so upsetty spaghetti, man. Extremely upsetty spaghetti. But now, it's just so sad because he gets nothing. It made me cry because he
deserves happiness.
He did. He really did.
Because he's such a good boy.
Gurren Lagann is so fucking good.
Gurren Lagann it's way so a lot of people look at Gurren Lagann and they think, oh, it's just this cheesy like action anime, and yeah, it has moments like that. But if you actually sit and pay attention to it, like there's fucking deep shit going on in the background,
Bro,
man.
it's fucking human spirit. It's so fucking good.
This is like Imaishi at his fucking best. Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
But yeah, I definitely think if you're someone who's only watched Gurren Lagann one time and you don't like fucking understand, like watch it again. Just give it another shot.
It's a quick watch.
On a second watch, I guarantee you'll see stuff you didn't see the first time, and you'll appreciate it much, much more.
Great show.
It is.
Who else fucking dies,
Speaking
John?
of great shows. By the way, yeah, John, everything he's talking about his character's fucking dying.
Yeah, like on my notes, because I like to take little just on my notes. I don't really like write out what I'm saying. I just put on a small blurb that if I hear it, I'm going to know what it's going to be about. So mine is like X fucking dies. Like X character gonna fucking dies. X gonna give it to you. But
X will deliver to you.
By the way, while you were talking, Shinoda was like digging into the history of anime seasons. I was just looking at 2007 since we mentioned Gurren Lagann and it coming out in 2007. Do you know what two anime came out in the exact same season? And they were the two most watched anime that
Death
season.
Note?
No, not the same season. Not spring, summer of 2007. Baccano and School
Oh
Days.
my god.
Yeah.
Came out
2007
the
was a
exact
good
same
year.
season. I mean, I'm looking at that, and those are the two most watched anime of that season, and I'm thinking, wow, what a difference in quality.
That's amazing.
why did everyone watch School? Oh, whatever.
I think it's at this point, it's just a meme.
Oh,
Just
it
a
was a
meme.
meme back then. Like, so
I don't know.
anyone else want to go, or can I talk about Code Geass?
Want to talk about Code Geass?
I mean, let's talk about more characters fucking dying.
All right,
Oh,
this is the
Jesus
last of
Christ.
it for my list because I was like, I can't just keep putting character deaths. But there's
Yes,
only
you
a few
can.
character deaths that made me cry. And have we all seen Code Geass here?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay. Lelouch fucking dies.
All right, now I want to say before we go any further, we're all agreed that there's only 2 seasons of Code
I don't know what you're
Geass,
talking
right?
about. It's only 2.
Okay.
We only know
Okay.
about Lelouch of the Rebellion and R2. That's all. That's the only ones that exist ever.
That's because that's all that's ever been made.
Yeah. So
Confirmed.
Lelouch has built himself this new kingdom, right? It looks like he's turning evil. He's lost some shit.
He has become
like
Hitler.
I have brought peace, justice, and stability to my new empire.
and like
Your new empire.
there are two scenes that make me cry in Code Geass. The very first one that I cried at was at the very end when Lelouch fucking dies and they have that song playing while they're showing off, like, and then like not only finds out that Lelouch is dead, Suzaku has to carry on like the Zero mask, but it's like, I'm gonna give you everything you wanted, which is world peace, but you're gonna have to live with the weight of me dying, and you have to play my character.
And
I'm
I'm
just
so
like-
fucking good.
It's so good, and it's like Colin, you see her, and she's just like melancholically looking into the distance, and it's just like the song, the music, everything about it is great, right? And
It's a perfect ending.
It's an amazing fucking ending. That
I think the sad part about it is not necessarily what happens; it's people's reaction to it.
yeah,
Not
because
only-
At least that's what's sad for
Yeah.
me.
well, what's sad is that he's built up this entire, because you watch when Lelouch, you get introduced to him, he's just like this super smart guy who like he's like 37th in line for the throne, right? And he's like, yeah,
Yep.
I can't do anything to save the world; it's fucked up. So then he gets gifted this power of the Geass through the Geass Witch, C2, and I was gonna say CC, but I was like, no, it's C2. And then he starts like playing fucking 5D chess, and
5D, he's like
And
80.
it's the
He's
fucking
like
starts a
18 moves ahead of
revolution.
everybody.
yeah, and he has like all this stuff, and it's just, it feels so good because he finally gets everything at the end. But for him to fucking die and leave everyone alone, like his sister Nunnally, it just broke me. I was just like it's not that I was sad when I cried. It was like tears of, I don't know, tears that I just had tears because I was just like, the story was so good, and I just can't believe that he's dead. But like the world, he saved it. He did it. My dude did it. You know,
Yeah.
tears, not really. It was like more like tears of joy, I guess.
It's
that
very
I was just like-
satisfying.
That's called good writing.
That's called
I don't know,
excellent
dude,
writing.
That moment when Shirley fucking dies, that got me pretty hard as well. Like,
Oh yeah, and then like you can see the pain on Lelouch's face. Like I hated. So I did not cry when Shirley died, and I hated Rollo when that happens because he kills
Oh.
Shirley, and I'm just like,
No.
I can't fucking believe you do that, you piece of shit. Fuck you, Rollo. But on my subsequent watch throughs, I actually felt bad for Rollo, and I actually cried after Rollo died after one time because I was like, he's as much a victim in all of this as anyone else. He didn't know any better. And he's just like, he just always wanted a family member, right? He always wanted to be, he really wanted Lelouch to be his big brother. Even though he was sent to Lelouch under false pretenses to be a spy, he actually like became enamored with Lelouch and his idea, you know? And that's why he did what he did and killed Shirley. But it was just, again, at the very beginning, I hated him, but subsequent watchers, I love Rollo now because it's like he did nothing wrong. As much as I hate that he killed Shirley, he did everything for Lelouch. Everything that he's done is always for Lelouch.
There's so
And
many
it's just,
tragic
like, it
characters
kills
in that
me.
show.
Yeah.
It was tragic.
Yeah, especially Table Coon.
Oh my
Shut
God,
the
fuck
fuck
you,
up,
Table
man. You would have loved to be Table Coon. Piece of shit. Man, I forgot about that meme.
Fucking hate Nina. Nina,
Yeah, Nina sucks.
man, me and my homies all hate Nina.
So Table Coon really hates Nina.
I have a question for you all.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
You all remember Erased?
Yeah.
Yes, I do, because it was one of the first big anime that came out right after we started the podcast.
I don't know, man. Like, I love Erased for all of its flaws, and there are a lot of it. That fucking breakfast scene, though, holy shit. It just, like, comes out of nowhere and hits you like a truck. At least it did for me. I don't know about you guys. I wonder, like, did you guys respond to it, like, did it get you emotionally or not really?
Not really. Erased.
Could you remind me of the scene?
So
I
basically,
don't
they
remember.
save the girl, fuck, what was her name? Kyo?
I remember her.
I'm blanking on the name.
Yeah.
But they sort of save her for the time being while they're in the past. And then, she's coming from this very abusive home where, like, her mother is absolutely crazy and beats her up every day. And she wakes up, and the main character's mother, she is making breakfast. And then it cuts to her looking at breakfast, and she's looking, but all she sees is, like, a fucking, like, almost like a piece of loaf, like a loaf of bread and nothing. Then it cuts back to, like, this gorgeous, like, animation of this, like, breakfast food that she's having. She's looking at it, she just starts tearing up and crying, because it's, like, the first time she ever, like, received any type of love or, like, warmth from, like, anyone like that, right?
Oh God,
it's so powerful.
God, that scene was fucked.
That scene did kind of hit me a little hard, but when you said breakfast scene, I thought you meant the breakfast scene in, like, the first episode where it sets it up. And Mom fucking dies.
No, that it's a great hook, but no, I'm talking about that scene.
Let me tell you something. Nothing got me into Erased quicker than that scene.
It's great, but no, I'm talking about that. Like, I think it's like episode 8 or something.
Yeah, it's midway through the run. It's somewhere in the midpoint.
It's so well directed.
I remember that scene.
It's amazing. I love that scene.
I like the intercut though between what she's, like, used to seeing and then what's actually happening in front of her, and then her breaking down. That was really
Kyle.
well done.
That's
the
the name of her.
cinematography of that was really well done.
Yeah, it's so good. The editing, the direction, the music. It's so fucking. Listen, I would highly recommend you all rewatch Erased. It's a very quick watch, and it's such a good, like, ride all the way through. It's not a perfect.
The ending is a little.
Yeah, it's not a perfect show.
End. Yeah.
It's not a perfect show, but when you're in it, it just, like, it's a really, really fun watch. Just a really fun show overall. Not great, not amazing, but it has a really.
Honestly, I will say I think Erased is still worth watching simply for how well a lot of the characters get developed in such a short period of time.
Also, like, awesome direction, music. It's just a really good show. Yeah, I love that scene. It just, like, it's great.
That OP is still a banger.
Bro, fucking Asian Kung Fu Generation. It's so good. Like a Naruto song.
Yeah. That scene really did hit me though. I'd almost completely forgotten about it, but yeah, it is one of the great scenes in Erased. If you ask
we'll
me.
rewatch it later after recording.
See, I can't say it was a very powerful and impactful scene. Like, it's supposed to be emotional, but it didn't make me cry. Like, it made me
really
happy.
Caught me
Like,
off guard.
Really? I mean,
I don't know. I like it, you're happy, but it, like, I was caught off guard how much.
I get it. Yeah,
you like you don't
Invested
expect
It
to
does
like
come out of nowhere. Like there's no like build up to it. Like it just happens.
Yeah.
I mean, his mom is like the best mom in all of anime history, but
Oh yeah.
Is she
Like,
best mom?
She's definitely up there.
all right, that's a new episode right there.
Ranking anime moms. Let's go.
Best anime MILF in all of anime.
Mother knows breast.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
The hills have size. Anyone you can do, I can do better.
Yes.
Full of degeneracy.
Also, the mom in Erased has some nice.
Oh my God, no,
monologue
no.
there.
The lips,
Stop it.
the
No.
delicious lips.
Oh my God! Not this
Stop.
again.
It's been years.
It's been 87 years.
But yeah, love that scene.
So I hate to. Well, you know what? No, I'm not going to talk about a character death. I swear to God, I'm not. I am going to talk about a character saying goodbye,
All
What
right.
is it?
which is almost as bad as a character death, I suppose.
Is it fucking
I'm gonna
Makia
go
again?
deafen myself.
No, I'm not talking. I want to talk about Makia because that made me ugly cry like a little bitch. But no, I want to talk about Monogatari's second season, which Chinoda,
Yep.
go. Because I know you haven't watched it yet.
Overrated
And Ty,
girl.
You and I recently did the spoiler cast for all the spoiler casts for second season.
Yeah.
So we've recently rewatched this. Hachikuji's goodbye in second season is really sad.
That arc, I'm not a fan, but holy shit, that scene just goes and goes and goes and kills you.
We talked about this. We talked about this during the spoiler cast that arc is kind of probably one of the only like truly mid arcs in Monogatari. But boy, does it stick the landing.
That ending
Holy shit.
is so powerful. And I don't even like Hachikuji that much as a character.
How
I
dare
do.
you?
Yeah, I know.
My
How
precious little
fucking dare
lost
you?
cow. So, I remember watching, back when I used to watch Monogatari until I just, like, I think I stopped at Owari, right? I'm pretty sure I stopped at watching at Owari, but when Hachikuji says goodbye, I didn't realize what was happening. I didn't realize it was going to be a permanent thing. But when she actually says goodbye and kisses him, I'm just like, wait, hold on, no.
You're
no,
not ready.
No. It didn't make me ugly cry, but I definitely did tear up because I was just like, wait,
I cried.
hold on. No, you can't do this.
It's like,
This is
wait, that's
illegal.
illegal. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Wait. this
No,
is
she's
illegal.
been here-
It's literally watching that scene the first time. I was like that meme. Like, no, no, no,
because
hell no.
Because Hachikuji is like the second girl from the Monogatari series that we learn, like, we get to after Crab Girl, right?
Kitagi.
And
Yeah.
so, and then it's like the entire dynamic that she has with Araragi, like it's always so fun and
Kamimashita.
cheeky. I love it so much.
It's so dumb.
Yeah,
In a good
it's
way.
so dumb. And like, it's just
There's something about that scene though, man. Like it just, you don't realize it's happening until it's like almost over, and then you're like, oh no.
It's that fucking
Why?
soundtrack, dude. They fucking use Happy
I know.
Bite in this very emotional rendition of it, and you're like, stop it, stop.
put away the sad violins. Get away from it.
And the I think the sadder part is like Araragi's like insistence, like, no, I'll make this right. I'll make it so you don't have to go. It's like, no, just she's like, no, just.
And
let it
she's
happen.
like,
This is
so
what's supposed to happen.
as we funnily enough, as we talk about Simone, she's also like very accepting of the situation. It's like, it is what, like, this is how it's gonna be. Like, it is what it is, and she just lets go. It's like, ugh, god damn it.
We also get adult Hachikuji in the same arc, and oh
True.
my God.
No, that's
I
the arc
fucking-
beforehand.
Is it
That's
dark
the arc
before?
right
Yeah,
beforehand,
you're thinking about the other arc where they with the zombies.
Oh yeah,
Which-
yeah.
I mean, I talked about it then, but
You know
love adult
what? You know what?
Hachikuji.
You know what? Fuck it. We're talking about Monogatari. That fucking spiritual journey Hanekawa has in her arc. Holy shit.
Yes.
That, like, I'm biased. I know. It's one of my favorite arcs, if not my favorite.
you are a slut for.
I love her
Hanekawa.
so much. I love her. She's my favorite character. But that sort of journey that she has where she's like, sort of like grows up and understand that, like, she sort of accepts herself for who she is not trying to get away for herself. Man, that was like I didn't cry, but it was like a very sort
Emotional.
of, yeah, it was a very emotional like thing to experience, because like, man, it's like this character is actually like coming to terms with herself of who she is as a person. It's like it gets you thinking, right? It's so good. And then when she confesses to Araragi, god damn it.
And he just turns her dad's like, no.
And then she just lets it all out. All of these emotions, she's like, lets it all out.
Itagi. But she knew the answer. She already knew the answer. It's like, she asked anyway.
Because she just had to put it to rest, you know. She had to let that emotion go. It's like, she needs a hug. I want to hug her so bad.
Do you know another scene with Hanekawa that it's not super emotional, but I think it's really great for her character development, is when she's talking to Kaiki in Hitagi End.
Oh,
Just
yes.
he's like, Kaiki just slaps her down, like, bitch, you don't know shit.
Get humbled.
Yeah, get humbled, I know, right?
When she literally gets humbled by Kaiki.
Monogatari
Oh
is
man,
so
I
good.
love that scene so much. But yeah, that spiritual journey she goes on is really, it's crazy. And then like the payoff at the end is she gets fucking turned down with her confession.
Yeah, but it's all good, you know. So she
Yeah, I love the
she knows
symbolism in that,
she
though,
she
that,
knows
like,
the answer already, but you know it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah. And I love the symbolism in that, like the whole losing your innocence thing. It's like, yeah, I get it. We've all been there.
And again, when
Hanekawa.
she's like coming to terms with her negative emotions, she literally absorbs the envy and the sort of anger she has into herself and accepts it, and she's like, "It's gonna be okay." gonna get past through it. It's fine.
For those of you out there who are still listening because you don't give a shit about spoilers and you've never seen the Monogatari series, I swear to God, it's more than a fucking toothbrushing scene. I promise you.
And yet, the only thing I ever remember about Monogatari is the toothbrushing scene. So.
That's because it's so shocking.
Top 10 betrayals in anime. That toothbrush.
All right, let's
get Genoda in here.
All right. See if he's paying attention. Is he paying attention? No, he's not paying attention. Oh, he is. Never mind. Okay. I also want to talk about a character death.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
John's talked about it. Let me talk about it. I swear.
All right, who fucking dies?
All right. So, spoilers, of course, for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 and potentially other parts of
Just
JoJo. If you
JoJo?
have not seen them. Yeah, just JoJo. JoJo is sad. Not all the time, but no.
Vori
so I want to
Kraku.
talk about Hamon Kraku Vori. I want to talk about a specific death in JoJo's Part 5, and it's not necessarily the one you're thinking of. It is not Abakio's death, as sad as that is. No, I want to talk about Naranja's death because that one hit me fucking hard. So, little behind the scenes here, I actually read Part 5 before I watched it. It's the only part of JoJo, well, the first part of JoJo that I actually read before I watched the anime. It's still, to this day, the only shonen manga that has ever made me cry. And that scene, I don't know what it is about that scene because there are death flags all over the place. Like, I still didn't expect it when
Naranja goes, oh, maybe once this is over, I'll go study. Oh, no.
No,
literally
death
just
flags.
5 seconds later.
Death flag, dude.
Death
come
flags
on.
everywhere.
They were waving the death flags, and I still didn't see it. I was just like, I
'Cause it's
love
so
my boy.
sudden.
I loved him, and like it just came out of nowhere, and I was like,
See,
what?
usually though with death flags, right? There's like a chapter or 2 chapters or even more before it actually happens. No, with this, the death flag happens and then the death immediately precedes.
And it's so instant, you know? It's like, oh, where's Naranja? Oh, shit, he's dead.
Oh shit, he's nailed to the fucking ceiling. Jesus Christ.
I remember when you read that, you were like losing it on Discord. Like you changed your avatar to Naranja. Like, I fucking love this manga so much.
Reading JoJo's has been like a fucking trip. Like, it's crazy, right? And it deserves like its I don't know, place is like this crazy over the top story, which it is. But it has these moments in it that just make you go, man.
Part 5 have so many of these moments. Like, as you said, like Abakio's death as well. It's like so fucking shocking because it's like it's it's so instant.
There are no death flags whatsoever for that, and it just happens.
And it's like as you explore his past of like being like a cop, like a sort of like being in this like very shady sort of like being a shady cop to some extent. And it's like,
which I want to point out, like in other stories, that might be a death flag when we're experiencing a character's backstory. But at this point in JoJo's Part 5, when this happens, we have explored multiple characters' backstories and they have not died.
Fucking messed up, like surviving that shit out for no fucking reason. It's like, oh.
I know. I still love that when Trish realizes she's in Mr. body and that face that
he smells so bad.
But no, I don't. For whatever, Abakio's death, yeah, it's sudden and it's shocking, and it hit me a little bit too. But I don't know. There's something about Naranja's death that just really. I think it's because of how like throughout all the shit that happens in Part 5. He stays like super positive about everything. Like he's always happy. He's always positive. It's like
Naranja's our lovable idiot.
Yes, but he's always like, tomorrow's gonna be so great, guys. Even though today is shit, it's gonna be so great. And he's always like the guy that's there lifting everyone's spirits up. And then he's just gone.
Like starting from Part 2, Araki got really good at killing characters. Like
and I stopped killing.
Like when he fucking kills when Caesar fucking dies. And it's like in an instant, and it's like the fucking cross falls. I know, right? It's like I didn't cry, but it's like holy shit! It's like, yeah, it's great.
I mean, hell, we're talking about people dying like like that, fucking Iggy in part 3.
God damn it, Iggy.
It just happens. It literally just happens.
Would you rather try to survive as a dog in the JoJo's universe?
I know, right?
No, stop, John.
No. Dogs in the JoJo's universe do not have long lifespans.
No.
You're right though. Like part 1 is it's whatever. I like it. I know a lot of people don't, but after part 2 though, Araki got so good with like how he writes character deaths.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, they always hit you in some
'Cause,
way.
like,
whether it's really sad or really touching or some combination, like it really hits you every time a character dies.
Because like in part 1, almost every time like a character dies, they have this like last monologue of like oh no, it's okay. While they're dying, they like get like this like fairy tale moment of like talking to someone before they die, and they're like oh, they just like die, and then
very classic. Show.
But then like from part 2, it's like oh okay, like yeah, like Caesar fought to the end, but then it just boom, like that fucking like concrete falls on him, he's dead and he's gone, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
And he keeps on with that
That's
trend.
it. I do like how most of the time when people die in JoJo's, it's not this long drawn out thing. It's like it just happens and people don't get a long time to grieve and they just have to go on. Because in the situation they're in, you could believe that they wouldn't have that kind of time to sit there and grieve for very long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm done talking about character deaths, I swear to God.
Fucking doubt it. Who wants to go next?
Chinoda,
I'll take it.
You mentioned something because you've been having to go away so often.
All right. God, let's go. Do we want to go back to character deaths? There's a lot of death in my list too.
Yeah, I know.
I got something not death related, for instance, for if we want to go there as well.
Take a break from death. Okay, let's take a quick break from death, then go back to death after. Natai?
So
I think that was your cue.
No, I'm just like I'm thinking to myself like how to phrase it. So
okay,
so 5 centimeters per second. Great movie, great
Jesus.
short movie. It's like
hold on, I gotta go.
God damn it! The episode where Chinoda is on but not on.
But not actually here. I would argue that 5 centimeters per second is actually Makoto Shinkai's best film.
I wouldn't go that far. I like it a lot, don't get me wrong. But it's not even... Like, the movie itself is good. But when you get to the ending of it, there's like... You have this like very last monologue of like the two leads sort of like talking about like the regrets and whatnot. And then it just like... The song is on in the background of like in a radio playing. It's like this very like melancholic, like very like sad song that's playing. Then they keep talking. Then the beat drops, bam, and it just plays in full volume. And you see this montage of both leads like living their lives, almost coming across, like seeing each other every now and then, but like passing each other without even noticing the other, you know. And it's like, and that song carries that fucking moment, you know. We talk about, like John mentioned when we talk about Code Geass, like the song and the ending, and like music is such a perfect way to like tap into your like emotions, right? And that whole
tug on the
heartstrings,
heartstrings,
yeah, right. And that whole sequence at the end of the movie with the song, especially, like that made me tear up like crazy because it's not necessarily like sad. It's just like, you know, it's. Maybe it is heartbreaking. I don't know. It's just like there's something about that sequence.
No, it's just life, dude.
Yeah, it just you sort of
when
kind of taken aback, but it's like fuck, right?
Yeah.
What was John about to say?
Wonder how
I cut him off.
Yeah, what were you gonna say, John?
Oh, I was just gonna say the reason why it's like it's not so much sad as it's just like, man, that's some real shit.
Yeah,
that's life.
That's relatable.
Like the fact that you make relationships, you try to make it work as much as you want, and you think this person's the end it all be all person you're gonna be with, but then eventually time moves on, you know, and eventually you will forget about that person because life just keeps moving regardless of your
arrow
feelings.
marches on.
Yeah, and it's just like,
in the words of Jeff Goldblum, life finds a way.
what? That has nothing to do with the anyway.
God damn it,
So,
Alex.
Yeah, I know. Way to.
I love Jurassic Park. Shut up.
We're not talking about your gay frogs, but
But that whole sequence is just so, it's like, I like, every now and then I rewatch it, and it's like, it just hits you every time, right? It just like takes you back.
Do you ever wonder, Natai, how often that happens, like, in your own life, where someone maybe you were friends with or even had dated before, they were, like, literally right across the street?
Bro,
I
literally had a 5 centimeters per second moment happen, like, a few years ago. I know what it's like. It's fucking weird. And I think that's why I really like Makoto Shinkai. He's really obsessed with that sort of, like, connection between people over, like, some type of distance, right? Whether it be, like, physical distance or actual time sort of distance. I think that's why I, like, really, like, sort of, like, those movies, I really, like, gravitate towards them. But yeah, it just, like, it's so melancholic. It's so real. It feels so real, right?
That's why it's so good.
You know? I love that sequence so much. Listen, if you haven't, the movie is like only an hour long. It's very short. Go watch it. It's great.
Yeah, and you know, if you have watched it and you just want to hear us gush about it some more, John and I did a movie review on it not too long ago.
Oh, you did?
Just saying.
All right, bring back Shinoda because I want to talk about another Makoto Shinkai film.
Let's fucking go.
Okay, let's do this.
All right.
Wait, do we know if he's seen it?
Yeah, didn't we just
you guys just did a movie review of it.
We just did a movie review, yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
What the heck, Alex? How did you forget? This is our last recording.
I'm sorry. My brain was in a completely different space right there for a second.
Literally the episode before this episode. So, I want to talk about Your Name and how it made me cry like a little bitch.
Yeah, boy.
So, it didn't make me cry at any part in it other than the part where the grandma gets carried up the hill. Because I felt that on a personal level. Like, when I loved my grandmother before she passed away. She raised me, and I'm very much a grandma's boy. And when the main character is carrying her
Mitsuha.
grandma up the hill, Mitsuha is, and it's like, I remember that. I remember having to, like, because when she gets older, it's like she can't walk that fast and you want to help her out. And it hit me so hard because the grandma was like just talking about just stories. You know, old people love to tell you stories. Stories of their life, stories of their past, things that they've experienced. They just love reliving their stories because it helps them remember too. And I'm like, my grandma did that all the time. And when she's carrying up their grandma, and she's just going off about the history of the place and like their place in all of it, you know, their family history and stuff, I just started bawling because I was just like, I just made me think of my grandma. And I was just like, oh no, no, I don't want to cry, no.
And then the waterworks.
So it wasn't a character death. It was just, it was a in real life death that made me cry. The memory of my grandma, because I was just like, this reminds me of my grandma.
The ending to that
like,
movie as well is like something else.
I can't say anything else in Your Name made me actually feel as strong as an emotion as my own personal connection to the grandma character.
But that's a perfectly good reason though. Like, it's a very personal thing, and it's, I think, something, again, what we talked about with 5 centimeters per second, like Makoto Shinkai does well. Those like personal, intimate, like human moments that people have with each other.
Was there like an emotion, like a moment for you guys while watching a show that maybe it wasn't intentionally supposed to be an emotional moment, but you guys sort of like reacted to it like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Do tell.
No, I don't remember. I just remember.
God damn it.
I remember
It's like, I don't remember
dude.
specifics, but I remember this happening.
I remember it's happened to me. I just don't remember any specific moments. I'll be honest.
I remember watching Dr. Stone. Pretty good show. Would highly recommend it. Just a really fun watch. Spoilers for it, by the way. There is, like, it's not an emotional moment, like, intentionally, I guess. But there's, like, this one moment in the show where, like, you know, they have this, like, they're sort of, like, gathering some, like, minerals or whatever and talking about stuff. And while, like, the main character is doing that, you can tell, like, something's going on. Like, it seems that some of the other people around him, like, doing something very shady. It's, like, you're, like, waiting for something really stupid to happen. I'm like, great, it's gonna be a really stupid, like, betrayal arc or whatever. It's gonna be really dumb. And then like he arrives back in camp, and there's this really, really great moment of like, when, up to this point, still they play it out like a classic, like, oh, it's like everyone's got to turn on this main character or whatnot. And then when the reveal happens, it's like, oh, we built you this like telescope as a gift for your birthday. And I don't know why, like the way it's like framed, the way it's like presented, it's like this, it's a very wholesome moment of like, oh wow, like all of his friends, like he doesn't even care about like birthdays and whatnot, right? But like his friends just like created this like gift for him. It just like, I don't know, it just made me like tear up for some reason. I'm like, holy shit, what? It's like, I don't know. It was
Probably
a very
you
surprising
built
moment.
it up that he was gonna get betrayed because, like, in typical shonen fashion, right?
Yeah. But it's still like,
that sense of like the sense of relief that it didn't happen, combined with the fact that like his friends was thinking about him and stuff like that.
It's just a very wholesome moment, and like it just like really got to me, and I was very like surprised by it. It's like I love that show a lot, and that moment was like always sticks out to me as like a really nice moment. Like,
So, Natai, you're talking about Dr. Stone, and it actually did remind me of a moment from that anime that actually really fucking moved me. The scene where, what's her name? The really little girl that wears the coconut? Yeah.
Fuck, what was her name?
You know who I'm talking about.
I know what I'm talking about, where she wears a watermelon as a head.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, watermelon, not a coconut. Yeah. When Senku gave her glasses in her
Suika,
watermelon
that's her name.
to help her
Fuck.
see. Yeah. When he gave her glasses and like she actually looked at the world as it is for the first time. Oh my god.
She could
bro,
finally
I was
see,
moved.
like because she couldn't, like, they have no glasses. They don't have that technology. Yeah.
As a person that has obviously bad eyesight, I wear glasses.
Welcome in. We need more people like you here.
That moment, like, I haven't had that moment in a very long time. Just like maybe whenever I'm getting new glasses or something. But when that happened, it's always a gift that keeps on giving. It's just such a wonderful moment to see someone else, for them to truly see the world as is. That's why I love videos that colorblind people getting the special
Seeing
glasses
color,
that let them
yeah.
see the real world
It's
as
awesome.
is. I love those.
Or deaf people being able to hear for the first time.
Exactly. I love those things. I'm a slut for those things because it's just wonderful.
It's so heartwarming.
It's such a heartwarming moment. And that right there, that actually moved me a lot. I had to take a pause and was like, damn, that's a genuine human moment. And they captured it perfectly.
Yeah.
I love it.
Dr. Stone is like generally just a very like wholesome and heartwarming show. It's really great.
Absolutely.
Yes, I too enjoy paying to see.
Thanks, Alex. God damn it.
That's what wearing glasses is in the modern world. It's paying to see.
It is. It's not fun. Oh. All right.
Shinoda's like, oh, I need a minute. Hold on.
Give me a sec.
Hold on, everyone. I just need a
Look,
minute.
I got hit with the existential reality of capitalism
Fetch
for
me
a
my
second, and I
glasses.
was like,
I need
fuck.
a minute.
Like, I gotta pay to see. This is bullshit.
I know. Tell me about it. I don't know how much you have to pay to see, but I gotta pay nearly $1,000 to see.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
I'm so happy my eyes aren't that bad yet.
Oh, listen.
Have we all watched Anohana?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get some.
Oh no! Listen, that show. So, Alex, I told you this before, right? So like first time I watched it, destroyed me. I love it. It's a fantastic show. I think maybe it was 6 months later, maybe more than that. I don't know what was wrong with me. I was like sitting at home. I was feeling like, really, I was in a bad place. And I decided to binge the whole thing again. And I
think
bawled
that's
my
where you
eyes
messed
out.
up.
I bawled
feel
my
like that's
eyes out
where you
even
messed
more.
up. I was in a bad
that's where you
place,
fucked
so I
up.
decided to
That's where you
watch
fucked up.
Depression.
I don't know what. Something was in me that I just couldn't know. I didn't know how to like sort of let out. I didn't know how to like fucking contextualize, I guess. So I just decided, I was like, I'll watch an episode. I just binged the whole thing. I cried even more than the first time. That show is a roller coaster, dude.
Do you want to hear a funny story about Hana?
What?
This isn't gonna be funny.
It's kind of funny. It's a little fucked up, but it's kind of funny.
What?
Oh Jesus!
So back a few years ago when Riker used to be on the podcast, yeah, he lived here in Florida with me, and we hung out from time to time. And he was kind of super depressed. It was right after his girlfriend broke up with him, and I was hanging out with him, and he was like really, really sad. And I just turned to him and I said, "Do you want to watch Hana?"
Jesus!
Why?
And he gave me a look like, "You bitch." But I got him to laugh.
And you did it?
No,
Oh,
he
okay.
didn't do it. I'm not stupid.
Dude, I don't know. I think it's great that you can like watch shows that will help you cry. Cause sometimes you need a good cry.
We watched Space Dandy though.
Oh, fair.
Help something start to like break the dam down, and then once the waterworks start flowing, you just like
Listen.
that. Because like obviously there's the I don't
The
know if
song?
it's a dopamine hit, but like
Oh,
there's a catharsis in like crying it
Yeah.
all out.
definitely.
Let me ask, in Anohana, what was like the moment that really hit you guys?
All
the
of
most?
it. It's all of it, dude. Like the moment.
Of course, all of
the-
it, but like there has to be.
Bitch, the moment Secret Base starts playing, you bet I'm with the tissues, dude. I can't. That song ruins me. Every time. I don't know, man. There's so many moments in that show that are like, just got to me. The ending obviously is like really powerful, right? But it's the journey to that moment that is also just filled with so many moments where like, I don't know. Sometimes,
Yeah, that's one of
good
the
to have a
strong
good
points
cry.
of the show, isn't it? It's not just the ending, but they have multiple strong moments along the way, and all of them, literally all of them, will make you feel. You don't have a choice in it. You will feel.
yeah,
Oh,
that show is something else.
I think just pretty much any scene with Menma will just get me.
Manma, we found you. Oh,
I can't believe you've
I
done
know,
this.
right? Don't me fucking get me started on Snafu though. No, we're not going
Oh
there.
God, no! Can we
We're not going there.
I've seen what happens when you talk about
We're
Snap.
not going there.
So a silent voice is pretty good.
oh, Jesus Christ.
You want to talk about Silent Voice?
I mean, it is pretty genuinely good. It's a fucking phenomenal anime movie. Also, it literally at the very beginning just hits you with the Who's My Generation. Fucking great choice.
I remember watching that for the first time. Like, is this like torrent bad? What the fuck is this song doing here?
I mean, everyone here at Anime Club After Dark watched it legitimately in theaters.
Yes.
Yeah,
Of
in
course.
Israel, of course.
100% legitimately. Nah, and if you believe that, no.
I wish I would have watched it in theaters.
God.
Cry with like a whole bunch of weebs.
I'll get to that in just a second, but no. A silent voice, we've all seen it, right?
Yeah.
That suicide attempt scene, I guess you should say. That's like,
Boy,
girl.
boy, no.
And also, like, there's a part of me that on a rewatch, I only laugh at it on a rewatch because at the time it happened, I couldn't laugh at it.
Oh my god.
When he trips over the chair, I'm like, that is a horror movie thing right there.
So fucking dumb.
That is straight out of a horror movie when someone trips
Why
over
would you
a
laugh
chair.
at that?
Well, because it's like, first of all, it's supposed to be a super serious moment, but it's like, oh, whoop, just chair trip. And I get that it's supposed to add to the tension, but I get why he would laugh. I'd laugh too. Like, you fucking idiot. You absolute
like-
fucking buffoon.
It's like in a horror movies when the women are running and they run back and they look back and the second they look back they trip. It's like I've seen this in every fucking.
Why are you
horror
running?
movie.
Why are you running?
God.
That movie is like a slap in the face every 5 minutes. Like the whole like first beginning of it, where you see them as like kids growing up, it's like you feel so bad, and for her, and you're so mad at him for being like a little shit.
we talk about like time skips and stuff in anime and how a lot of us are kind of 50-50 iffy on time skips because it's very easy to screw them up. I'm actually very thankful for the time skip in A Silent Voice because without it, like, I think the story wouldn't be anywhere near as good.
I mean, the movie is only like 2 hours.
Because it shows that there's like legitimate like issues and consequences to bullying.
Like long-term damage.
Long term, not just in the moment.
March Comes Like a Lion also did like a really good job at that, honestly.
Yeah. Although season 3 win.
I know, right? Also, the ending song of Silent Voice is like great. I love that ending song so much.
Just fucking A Silent Voice, man. Jesus Christ. That is a movie. So we've done a movie review on that as well. And there's something about that movie.
It's just so raw, right? It's so fucking raw. There's so many moments in it. They're like it feels like, like people are lashing at each other in that movie. They're like fucking hatred, right? It's so visceral. It's like, oh.
That is a great way to describe it, though. Raw is like these emotions are like that are displayed in A Silent Voice. They're all like stuff that you feel like has been bubbling for a while and is finally coming to the surface.
Like you have that scene like after the suicide attempt where it's like the guy is like in a coma, right? And then that bitch friend, she like lashes out at the I don't remember her name, the deaf girl. And she's like, it's all because of you. It's because of you. And then, like, her mother is involved in trying to break it up. It's like, it's a mess of a moment, right? But it's so real. It's ugly. It's an ugly movie in that, but in a very beautiful way.
A Silent Voice is one of those where I cried like multiple times while I was watching it, like in multiple points. The suicide attempt being one of them, obviously. But
even before then, when his mother confronts him over breakfast, over the letter and the money,
when she realizes what the fuck are you doing? And it's like, oh,
it was such a casual talk at first, and then like
it blows up.
She started crying and like was like, "What the hell? I'm just gonna burn this money. This money's nothing compared to your life," and I'm just like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Damn.
I've got to say,
also like just fucking props to Yu Ishikawa as the main character in A Silent Voice. Like, Jesus Christ.
When I think of A Silent Voice, I don't get sad. I get happy because all I can remember is the ending in the manga.
The ending is very
good.
happy.
It's really good.
Like, I remember the suicide scene and being like, oh my god, like, oh geez, like I was high tension. I wasn't very sad at it though.
It was very intense scene.
Because of like right after that I think about like what the next time skip where it's like they're adults and like they go to the wedding and I'm just like, yeah.
Wait. Ax, did you just fucking say Yu Ishikawa, you piece of shit? Fucking excuse you, it's Sori Ayami. It just like fucking blinked into place.
Sori Ayami, excuse
me. Fucking asshole.
Sorry.
Disgracing my queen.
Sorry.
Wow.
That's who I meant. I'm so sorry. Yes, that is who I meant. Props to her as what's the main character? Fuck.
We're an anime podcast. We know these character names.
What?
Well,
Shoko.
As we
her
have
name is
discovered,
Shoko.
I am not very good with names.
Yeah, Shoko.
Yeah, Shoko. That's it.
Fucking.
Just. I could 100%
But
buy
I
that performance.
if you really want to talk about Yu Ishikawa, we can talk about Violet Evergarden. That's fine.
I mean, I would love to talk about Violet Evergarden and how not only the show wrecked me, the OVA wrecked me, the movie wrecked me.
Which movie? Both
Literally,
of them?
the whole thing. Just one fucking cry fest after another. So there's 12 episodes in the original run of the series, right? I think in 10 of those episodes, I cried at least once.
Listen. I'm sorry, but I think it was episode 10 or 8 with the daughter receiving all the letters for her birthday.
That was episode 10.
That episode is literally one of the best episodes I've ever seen. It just every single time, it's just like, I know it's coming. I know like the payoff to this entire episode, what's gonna happen, and like you just like it is what you're going through. Like it seems just another sob story, but then it just hits you hard with the fucking payoff
right?
of like, she has
You
a letter
know
for
where
every
it's
birthday.
You feel like you know where it's gonna go. It's kind of very obvious, but like they're setting it up here and there. But then at the end, when it's executed, oh my god,
You are
that's
executed
when the
in that
waterworks
moment.
happen.
Yeah, the execution is you. You're fucking executed. Man, there's something very special about episode 10 of Violet Evergarden. I like the writing is so crisp throughout the entire episode. Like I that's the only way I can describe it. It's like it's on point. In less than half an hour, I went through at least 12 different emotions.
I want to watch it now.
Oh my god, dude.
I can't ever watch it again.
I should eventually watch the movies.
You need to. You really
my
need
God.
to.
I have
It
mixed opinions
completes
about
the
the movies,
anime.
but I don't know.
Nah, so the thing with the movie, I watched both the OVA because the OVA is like it's feature length, and the movie is obviously feature length as well.
The movie is like 2 hours.
I watched
It's
both-
massive.
It is it's actually just over 2 hours. The movie is. I watched both of them in theaters,
Same.
and both of them made me cry multiple times while watching it in a theater full of weebs that were also bawling their eyes out.
I can confirm this. I went to watch it in theaters as well. There was not a dry eye. There
Listen.
really wasn't.
I was watching it with my buddy Ariel. He was losing it in the movie. He was like, it's good.
I mean, I really, for those who haven't seen it, I really don't like, especially because since John's here and he hasn't seen it, like the ending of the movie, oh god.
I like the movie, but man, that episode 10 is so special to me. Like, yeah. And there's so many other great episodes in the show. Like,
The Violet Evergarden, at least the anime series, is proof to me that you can do like an episodic story, which is really what Violet Evergarden is, because while there is sort of a loose story thread that runs through all the episodes, most of the episodes are pretty self-contained. It's proof to me that you can actually have really good, powerful, emotional writing with an episodic story.
I think it's it's funny. You have like Iyashikei anime, which literally is like healing anime, but it's so refreshing to have you're not necessarily emotional about something that's about like a death. Obviously, like this world is after war. It's like a very tragic moment, and they're like people are like sort of recovering from like that sort of thing. But a lot of these emotional moments are about these people just healing, right? It's so you can relate to that because a lot of people like you went through life and something like might have happened and you're just trying to like get through it and just recover from it, right? And it's just I don't know. There's something about this show where it's like it goes through all of it. Like the world itself, as I said, it's like after war, it's still recovering from it. Violet herself is literally like recovering from a war. You have all of these different people like just trying to get by and heal through it. It's
That's
Man, the
one thing I think that
multiple.
Violet Evergarden.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, man, the multiple instances of PTSD is just wonderful.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, that's one of the great things about Violet Evergarden. Like, the world, the setup that they have for the world feels very, very real and lived in. Like, you feel like these characters have been through hell and now they're finally trying to recover from it and trying to put society, like, back on track. Especially in the first 2 episodes of the anime series. And then you get to the OVA and it's like, okay, a lot of people have moved on. They're getting back on with their lives. They've got new jobs and the nation that they're in is like mostly back on its feet. And then you get to the movie and it's like, not only is the nation back on its feet, people are inventing all new technologies and they're entering a new communication age. And it's like, the question is, are all these people who write letters to everyone even necessary anymore?
good movie.
It's great.
This anime
Violet Evergarden is so fucking
this anime
good.
is good.
And it has a solid ending, which is one of the most appreciative
Yes.
things I could ever have for any source of media. A good ending.
Snafu season
Should,
3.
Oh my
yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I definitely think John is right here in our chat that we should probably wrap this
It's
up
time.
pretty soon.
That was
so,
a good enough to live.
yeah, I love. I mean, I know it's not necessarily the happy stuff that we like to talk about here on the podcast, but I think it's worthwhile talking about
because
this
again, it's like I'm a big believer that every now and then it's good to have like a good cry, and I love it that like shows and stuff like that I can get attached to them and they like make me feel all these emotions. It's great. I don't know. I'm happy.
John,
I completely agree.
John, I gotta ask. Can I talk about one more thing real quick?
Oh my god.
Right. Go for it.
All right. I want to talk about In This Corner of the World. Has anyone else seen it?
I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it.
Oh god.
Alex, have you
Oh
seen it?
no.
I have no
Shit.
Are you serious?
It's
I'm the
just
only one.
Shinoda.
Pitch it to us, Shinoda.
Just
Pitch
Shinoda.
it to us.
Pitch it
But
to us.
I'm okay with spoilers. You can
Oh, no.
spoil away for me.
Natai, you want to take your... Trust me, it's worth seeing on its own. All right.
Oh, and he's gone.
John, do you want to hear or do you want to go away?
I'll listen to it. It's fine.
All right.
Spoil me, daddy.
Spoilers won't make
So-
me not watch something. I'll still watch it.
So, has anyone watched Grave of the Fireflies?
Yes, I've
Yes,
seen
that
it.
I have watched.
I haven't watched it. I know about it. I'm afraid to watch it. But this relates to that. In This Corner of the World is of a Japanese village that's like in a semi-rural area. And it's a view on their life as World War II is happening. You see it in the back, like, it doesn't focus on the war at all. You just see brief things here and there in the background. And what you mostly see is the people's lives day to day in the village. It's very slice of life. But as you go through the movie, you start to get a lot more resources being taken from the for the war. You start to see all the men disappear. You see some men starting to come back extremely disfigured and like suffering horrifying amounts of PTSD. And you see this more and more and more. The depression starts kicking in because you just see the civilian side of suffering. And this little girl, she's just enduring all of this. And then finally at the end, the war comes to Japan. And oh my goodness, it is heartbreaking. These characters who stayed through the movie the whole time, you see them suffering on a whole nother scale, and you're just wondering, what the hell? How is this okay?
Well,
And
see,
then
that's the
the
thing
mo-
about like war, right? Like so many people are so like what's the word I'm looking for?
Affected by
Disconnected. So many people are so disconnected from when war is happening, when people are like, because you know my family we escaped war to come to America, so I this is a very personal topic to me, and like you get disconnected from the realities of stuff. Like you forget that in your fight for freedom and for peace and whatnot, that there are real other people. There are other people who are real and have lives, families, brothers, sisters, mothers, daughters that you're taking their life of. It doesn't matter. They thought they were fighting for the right thing too, man. And it's a very like, as much as you know, I support patriotism and all that stuff. Like go America, I'm Team America, but you have to understand that when you take a life, you're also extinguishing that light from someone else. Like they may have been your enemy in the moment, but they were someone else to someone else.
Yep.
They were a lot more than that. And like on the ground level of seeing like Grave of the Fireflies, seeing the war and all the stuff, like we were, because you know America during the time we hated Japan because you know they Pearl Harbor, right? They sucker punched us.
Yeah.
Those jabs. Like I remember in my state they had where the fuck was it called? They had a concentration camp for Japanese people, and I knew someone whose family was still getting paid reparations because his parents were like in prison there for being like that you might be spies. And it's like it's very real still. And it's This sounds like a movie I'd probably really like because I really liked
It does.
Fireflies.
I should probably watch. This actually sounds like a great thing for a movie review at some point.
We'll put it on the list, especially because all of you haven't seen it. So
I feel like you mentioned about people being disconnected. I think even more so with something like this because it's centered around World War II, which is a war that for a lot of us, especially people our age, is so far or so long ago that none of us have any personal connection to it anymore.
Other than my grandma who was alive during that, no.
Yeah, but how many people can say that they still have relatives anymore that had firsthand accounts?
Most people
of it?
can't.
It's less and less every year.
Yeah, they're all dying out now. But this makes me think of have you guys ever seen that movie Letters from Iwo Jima?
Yes,
no.
It's a fucking phenomenal movie.
Okay, so the first part to the movie series is Flags of Our Fathers, and this is by oh my god, Dirty Harry.
It's Clint Eastwood, wasn't it?
Yeah, Eastwood. Clint Eastwood made a movie called Flags of Our Fathers, and it inspires patriotism. It's about World War II, going into the trenches and stuff like that, and it's just like raising the flag, like the flags of our fathers.
Yeah, Flags of Our Fathers is about the group of soldiers that actually raised the American flag on Iwo Jima.
And then after that, he released a different movie called Letters from Iwo Jima, which is about letters that they found on the island of Iwo Jima in Japan of the soldiers who lived there, and he pieced together this story of like they may have been our enemies, but they were real people who were drafted in this war that didn't want to fight anyway, but they had to. And it was so fucking sad. And it's like it's this type of shit that gives you perspective. Like as much as I'm like I would fight and die for my country, I still understand that when I'm extinguishing a life, sure I'm saying I have good intentions and I'm doing it for whatever, but there's a weight to that. There are people out there.
You're gonna carry that.
Yeah, it's a very sad thing. Like war is very sad in general because regardless of what you think it's for, everyone loses at the end.
Yep.
Man,
sad.
This is a heavy thing to hit on.
Yeah.
God damn.
Bring the tie back.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's bring the tie back. So,
see, war.
So World War II, Natai.
War never changes.
War never changes. Liquid.
I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for you guys to watch this movie now to see how fucked up you get.
Is it on Netflix?
I genuinely don't know.
That is a great question. I will have to look it up after we're done here, but I will find out.
I heard many things about this movie, and I have no idea what it's about, so I'm excited to check it out.
I am
World
both
War
happy
II.
that I watched it, and I am very regretful of the fact that I watched it.
Because now he has feelings.
A lot of them.
All right. Well, I think that is as heavy as that is to end it on. I think we will go ahead and end it.
We were leaving it on such a good note, Chernoda. God fucking damn it.
I know. World War II is always a happy note to leave on.
So there's this one movie called Grave of the Fireflies, and
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, we know
we're not going there.
So if you are listening to and or watching this, and there is an anime moment that made you cry, that we didn't talk about, let us know down below, because who knows, at some point down the road we might do another episode like this, where we cry it out together.
Live on stream.
And we talk about it. We talk about Snafu season 3 with Natai.
No alcohol will be around for that next time.
This time.
Yeah. No.
All right. Well, thank you all there for dropping in to listen to this. Check the description below to find links to Anime Club After Dark on Twitch, on social media, and on Discord. Check out our merch store. Any purchases you make there do really, really help us out. With that, I have been your host, Alex, and we will see you next time. Say goodnight, guys.
Bye. Good night.
Bye-bye. Thank you for joining us.
I'm gonna cry now.
War never changes.
Horror never changes.
Manga horrors never change.
Oh, Lord.